Welcome to Creative Pages with Catherine Live. As you can see, there are a few changes here in my workshop. I upgraded my computer and it wasn't playing nice with my webcam, so I had to jerry-rig things a little bit, but I am here, I am live, I am ready for the virtual crop, and I have the first sketch laid out and ready to go using the Polar Lights collection. And here we go. Thank you so much for joining me. All right. So for the base of the first layout, I'm actually using a sheet from our Totally Tonal Winter pack, and I'll show you which one that is in just a moment. And I am also going to be using, obviously, well, I shouldn't say obviously, but I'm going to be using our Polar Lights collection. And there we go. Come on, camera focus. There we go. And in particular, I am actually going to be using some scraps from my Polar Lights sketch with me. So you all will probably remember this sheet that I used quite a bit in the sketch with me video. And I had some scraps from it and I just really wanted to use them up. So we're going to use some of them in this very first sketch. Here it is, the first sketch. And okay, so if you've watched any of my videos before or any of my interpretations of the sketches, I don't always stay with the sketches. The sketches are guides. They are like recipes to me. I'm a chef, and so when I see it, I kind of get some ideas. And I thought I actually was going to be using the circle punch for all of these circles because I think it's just the right size for those. However, I did not. I actually wound up turning the sketch and moving things around a bit. And here is this a little bit closer if you want a screenshot for my measurements. But this is what we're going to be doing. So I pulled out the piece that I was talking about, this piece from that border from the sheet of the Polar Lights. I pulled out a couple of circle embellishments because I thought, well, you know, I try to stay kind of on task with the sketch a little bit, I guess. I have two of our 4x6 mats. I took one of our 4.5 by 6.5 mats and cut it in half at 3.25. Is that right? Yeah, 3.25. So it's 4.5 because obviously it was 4.5 by 6.5. Put it on the 3.25 line on my trimmer, and I cut that one in half so I could use this as my journal box. This is another embellishment. This is my final border sticker that I had in my pack, and I really kind of liked it. This sketch does have two 1 by 12 inch strips running on either side of what they want to be a 5 by 12 inch strip running down. And you know me, I don't really like to layer a ton of papers because it makes your album heavy. So I didn't. And then I also have this other strip here that was also from the sketch with me. If the camera will focus on it, we'll see if I can get it close enough. It's the one with the snowflakes. There you go. And the backside had the other part of that border page. So you can see it was one of these pieces here. What happens is exactly an inch. And the other side, of course, of this page is snowflakes, which there you go. Okay, and this is from our Winter Totally Toned. The back side of this page is the one that has the floral design on it. And here is this. I'm gonna pull out, okay, y'all know this is a little for me also, but I'm pulling out my 0 center ruler. You can mark this page down on your calendars if you want. Because, you know, it's kind of a rare thing for me to actually pull out my 0 center ruler, but I kind of eyeballed roughly about where the borders need to go, and I kind of wanted to keep it in that place, and especially since it has to go down first on this essentially blank page, I wanted to make sure I had the measurement a little bit closer than normal than my usual eyeballing. Let me actually get this down first. Let's go ahead and start putting some pieces down. Oh, we also had some navy cardstock in our scraps, and there was a 4-inch by 12-inch strip. And so I cut a 4x4 to use as our extra little mat on our page. And that is, I think, all the parts of what we're going to be assembling here. Our snowflakes are going to go across the bottom of the page. And yes, I don't even know if I turned the sketch exactly. Maybe if you turned it this way, it sort of makes sense. It's a loose interpretation of the sketch. We'll put it that way. But I think it's going to be a cute one. And I really was super, it just spoke to me. I don't know. You all know sometimes these things speak to me. And so that is what happened on this one. I actually might need to use my zero centering rule at the top as well. I know. It's kind of a, like I said, it's a little bit of a red letter day here that I'm actually using my ruler so much. I'm going to use the repositionable tape just in case. Here we go. Let's see. Yep, so right around the 3.5, because remember it was 7 inches. And we are actually going to lift this up a little bit to get these under, which is partially why I used the repositionable tape as well. So, okay. So here's this here again on the side. Let me get these going here because I wanted this about here. And then this one's going to go here. I don't know if this is exactly how I had it before. You know, I don't know if it matters all that much because these are going to be our mats for our photos anyway. What do we think? Do we want the darker stuff running through that one or the other one? I think I like it kind of with blue highlighting the blue and green highlighting the green. It just kind of flows a little bit. So we're going to have that around there. And this is going to be about here. So we want our strip kind of running through the middle of there. And yes, I kind of eyeballed it being about 1/4 of an inch below the 0 here to start with our border sticker, but it's kind of good to confirm, make sure we're actually going to use both of the stickers. So I'm going to just pull them off together and place them down together because I think that will make my life easier and hopefully yours as well if you decide to do this interpretation of this sketch. So starting at about the 1/4 inch mark. Oops, here we are below the 0. Let me make sure I'm going across the page here because once these stickers get stuck, that's it. Okay, time to put the zero centering ruler away. We may not see that again for the rest of the crop and get myself on camera a little bit better for y'all here. Again, just trying to get used to this new setup. I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to stay this way, but I was on with tech support for the people that run my webcam, and apparently my computer is actually more advanced than their software. So, you know, isn't that an interesting thing? I mean, it's a 4K webcam. You would think that they would have software that would, keep up with the computers that are coming out, but it is what it is right now, and I am not going to worry too much because I am just happy to be back live streaming here for the virtual crop. And this is not working out for me. Multi-purpose tool it is. Here we go. Okay, so there we go. So we have our circles, and we have our journal box is going to go in this bottom part here, and I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Use the regular tape for that one. So that's going to go just kind of in this bottom corner here, covering up some of the snowflakes, but I think it still works. I mean, this one has little snowy stars on it. And I guess I just really like staying with the blues and the greens for this one. Hmm. Now I'm not sure I want it there because I have this green one here and this one here, and I think if I had this other one in the middle, it'd be too much. So we're gonna switch it up. That's our prerogative, I guess, you know. Your page, you do what you want. I'm gonna switch mine up here again. And there we go. Apparently, I guess having to deal with tech support for a chunk of my day makes me a little bit ornery with my colors or something. Well, I'm usually a little fussy with the colors. I guess I shouldn't say that tech support made me ornery with my colors because I usually am very kind of conscientious about the colors. I think that is also something else that's part of my being a chef and being conscious of colors and how things look on the plate and what have you. This one we're going to angle in, coming in from the side here. And here we go. Just get that flipped over. Now that we have the tape on, because that's going to be awesome for our other photo for this left side of the page. And we'll have these other two on the right. And of course, if you do decide, well, no, because I'm going to put my title up here. But anyways, I digress, which seems to be the theme of the night here. All right, for my tree embellishment, this one is going to go, I'm going to actually hide this tree all the way on the right. It's actually going to go underneath this mat because I don't want to cover up my journal box too much. And maybe I shouldn't have used the actual tape runner on that one, but that's why we have a multi-purpose tool to help out a little bit. Because I like the idea of having just one of the trees over here. There we go. So that works. Oops. Yep, definitely got some tape runner on there. Let's get that cleaned off real quick. And, oh no. All right, well, thank you, Marion, for letting me know about the audio. I was really hoping that having the new computer would help resolve some of that. I think it's just our internet connection here in New Mexico is not so great. We're in a remote area, so hey, I'm moving in 6 months, and let's hope we go somewhere where the internet connection is better, and my live streams will actually be able to go through with the audio intact. I have this Wonder of Winter sticker that I am going to try to get up here so you all can see. Let's see here. Like I said, trying to get used to the new angle here. So Wonder of Winter, maybe it'll focus on it, maybe it won't, but I just liked that it pulled back in our Aurora Borealis from the rest of the page. And let me get these pulled off. So 3 large foam squares are going on here. And I'm going to cover up this one car for the ski lift with our sticker. I kind of eyeballed and figured that that would be the best place to put that. So I apologize if the audio is going in and out. I really, really, really worked hard today to try to overcome a lot of that. And I may just have to pre-record some of these and not do the live streaming while we're here in New Mexico, just so that way, you know, hopefully you all can hear me. Seems like my regular videos are fine, it's just the live stream. So we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll try again tomorrow morning when not as many people are on. But here's our sketch again, and here is my interpretation of it. I hope you liked it, and I hope you were able to hear me enough to see and figure out what I was doing, and that some of it makes sense. It made sense to me. I think it wound up turning out to be a really nice page. I kept the spirit of the circles, but I just kind of reversed things, turned it around, and mixed it up a little bit. So that is going to be it for tonight. I am tired of dealing with all of these technical things, and I will try again in the morning if I'm still having sound issues. I will just pre-record the rest of the virtual crop, and we'll go from there. Until next time.